always here.
If you're watching the replay, welcome.
I think I'm only going to answer questions tonight with food names.
Food names?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm,
All right.
I'm being silly.
I know you are, but that's okay. I'm just kind of.
It could be quite fun.
It could be.
I've played party games like that. You can only answer with.
Yeah.
When we were in youth group in high school, junior high. So my brother and I, at one point in time, went to a church where we were in a youth group, and there was probably about a dozen kids in that youth group that regularly came to everything, and we went on trips together and all kinds of cool stuff. And we were the two that were trusted to not get in trouble. Can you believe that?
No.
We really were, because although we did ornery things, we weren't into real mischief that would get us in trouble with the police.
Right.
And so, like when we'd go stay in motels, we would get our own room, and everybody else would be sharing a room with an adult.
Hello, Heather Hopper.
And so they would, all the other kids would come hang out in our room until they absolutely had to go to bed because there wasn't any adult supervision in there. And we played silly games like that, where you could only answer with,
"Hello, Uncle G."
Hey,
George is in the house.
I just saw George.
Yeah, we just watched your video.
Yes, we did.
And happy belated birthday to Uncle George.
Yeah.
He had a birthday a few days ago. Happy birthday.
Audacity Donnie.
Yep.
Yep. Talking about some of his plans for this spring and what all he had going on. He'd grown stuff in the house. Inside. That's cool.
We've got stuff growing inside. We got stuff growing down the basement. Yeah, you're welcome. And we got stuff growing outside.
Got stuff growing inside that we intended to grow.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
That's always good.
That is always good. Yeah. We've been lazy today. Gary hasn't been feeling good, so we just vegged. We watched movies and rested. That's what we did today. So, and sometimes you gotta do that.
Yep. We have, what homestead and things have we done?
We planted a bunch of garden.
Yeah. We have a lot of it planted already, didn't we? Last time, did we talk about it last
I'm
week?
not sure if we did or
We
not.
planted peas. I know we planted peas this week.
We did plant peas this week. We planted onions, but I think we had already talked about
onions and garlic and carrots and lettuce and radishes and beets and something else.
Lots of stuff. Lots and lots of stuff.
We've got some radishes and carrots coming up.
Yes. Yep.
We have potatoes in the ground. We've had them in the ground for a little while.
Hello, Jan. Hello.
Good to see you, or hear you, or read you, or something.
Yep.
Yeah. We know that there were several homesteading get-togethers this weekend. There was at least 3 for sure that I know of.
And we didn't get to go to any.
We didn't get to go to any of them. We just have other things,
Yep.
other priorities right now.
Happy Palm Sunday, Mike.
Yes.
Mike, we listened to you singing this morning.
Yes.
And since Gary wasn't feeling good and we didn't go to church, we joined in with y'all this morning.
We went to church at Shamrock. Oklahoma, and we went to church at Burnett, Missouri.
Yes. We just listened to them both. But yep. So, yep. We enjoyed it. So, yep. Trying to think what else we did this week. Got lots of pepper plants up, but they're not growing very well. So I'm not sure how they're going to do as pepper plants for us this year.
Yeah.
They're just not, I don't think they're getting enough heat. I am going to fertilize them a little bit and see how that does. But I'm guessing they're just not getting enough heat. Hard on the garden revamp, yes.
Good.
Jan didn't get to go to any of them either.
Yeah. There are on those Sundays when that happens, this this will not be what I would say would be what you should do every Sunday. Those Sundays when you can't do that, there are many good. Even now
Yes.
with all the Facebook and everything that happened with COVID, there's even good local churches
Mm-hmm.
and that you can listen to or watch.
Yeah.
And we, that's what we chose to do this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
just worked better for us.
Yeah.
And we would suggest Shamrock Baptist Church.
Yep.
That's one
Shamrock,
off
Oklahoma.
Facebook, right?
Yep. On Facebook, Shamrock,
And then-
Oklahoma. Yep.
Burnett, is it Burnett Community Church or Burnett Church?
I think it's Burnett Community Church. Yeah, in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what their Facebook says.
Yeah,
I'm getting it all
yeah,
the
we
time.
watched on Facebook. Facebook Live is what we did. But yeah, we attend church when we can,
Yeah.
and when we can't, we still attend. We watch it online. So that's how it goes. But yeah. Oh, he's still looking that up. Yeah. So hope everybody's doing good this week. We just busy. I don't know that I'm doing a whole lot homesteading this week.
It just says Burnett Church.
Burnett Church. Burnett Church.
Yep. It's out in Dixon, Missouri.
Out in
that
Dixon,
area.
yeah.
Burnett Church, yeah.
We enjoyed that. We enjoyed both of them today. And they were offset enough on time that we could enjoy them both. So
Just listen to the preaching at Burnett.
yeah. So
Dan, some of you, I know Jan does, some of you might know Danny Bassett.
yeah.
Pastor Danny Bassett at Burnett Church is a really cool guy that hung out with us a lot at Homesteading Expo,
Yes.
the Ozark Homesteading Expo this last year.
Oh, you listened to Tony at Creekside Maples. Awesome.
Yeah.
Made any more progress on the house? A little bit. Gary is doing some mudding on the walls. Hi, Miss Barb.
I put some windows in
Yeah.
a while back.
Yeah, I need to get those videos edited. I've been working on taxes and trying to get my my ledgers brought up to date so that I can turn them in to the accountant and get our taxes done so that we're not. Last year we were so late in getting everything done that we didn't get our taxes done until the fall. It was really bad. So I'm not going to do that this year. We're going to have them done ahead of time, and I'm going to start working on 24's taxes and do them along the way, since they're a whole lot easier. We don't have near as much to do.
Still got some self-employed things,
Mhm.
but we don't have farm stuff on top of that really.
Right,
to speak
right.
of,
Not
so-
like we did. I mean, there was years that I had Gary's pastor because that's self-employed, and it had to be separate than his construction self-employed. I had the farm. I had a business or two along the road there, and so yeah.
And sometimes you had, I think they W-2'd you at the farmer's market, didn't
No, they don't give you. They
they? When
give
you were
you.
employed for them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't have to keep expenses for that one.
Right.
But yeah, so keeping up with bookwork. So this year for 2023, I had to do partial farm, because oh my goodness, Jan, 2 years. Oh God, wow, that's a lot. But this year I have partial farm, and then I have Gary's construction, and our YouTube channel isn't up and going good enough that we have to do much for it. Yeah, on to last year's taxes. Bless your heart. Yeah, and so it's seeming pretty easy. Not a whole lot to keep track of anymore. And I actually was able to buckle down and get the bulk of it yesterday. I did a little bit today, and if I can find some information that I'm missing, gotta find it. If I can find that information, then I'll have everything completed and can print it off tomorrow and try to get it turned in on Tuesday and see how, put it in line with the rest of the folks that waited till the last minute. So we'll see.
knew some folks that got a notice from the IRS because they hadn't done taxes in 5 years. And basically the threat was they were going to go to jail if they didn't do something about it. And when they found somebody to help them with all that, they got it all done. And the IRS ended up owing them quite a bit by the time it was all said and done. Because part of the reason they hadn't done taxes is because somebody had told them if they made under a certain amount, they didn't have to do taxes. Right. Well, they made under a certain amount, and they qualified for all the earned income credits and all that. And
they had kids.
And yeah, and they'd worked jobs that had taken taxes out, and they'd taken out more than they'd owed. And so even with paying all their fines, they still got enough that they bought a sawmill and a car and I don't know.
Jan, I'll take my books to the CPA is what I'll do. But I'll print out all my ledgers, but my expenses and my income, tracking income. But yeah, so got a little bit on the YouTube channel. I just for now have tacked it onto the farm because it was kind of for a while to promote the farm homestead at the farmers market. So I'm not sure. I guess for 24 I will just have to I know it's not much, but I still, we get a 1099 for it, so I still go ahead and adopt 10 kids. Well, they only let you count 3, so anything over 3 you don't get a whole lot more for. No, I'm teasing. You do get to count them all as dependents, but the child credit is only for 3 kids.
But there's other benefits to those kids besides that. But.
Yeah, the joy of being a parent.
Well, I meant tax-wise, but yes, you're right.
And
hey, the kids are worth more than a tax write-off. Did you know that?
Yes.
All right.
I know that.
Good.
I've been thinking about adopting a few myself.
Has nothing to do with taxes.
No, just because I miss raising kids, and we got so many years left, and there's so many kids that need a home.
We do have so many years left? How old do you think I'm going to get?
No.
Take a guess.
I don't know. As long as...
Okay, 3.
As long as the good Lord lets you be. I mean, you've already outlived what the doctor thought you would, so... I don't know, but, I don't know. I really don't want to foster again because... I don't know. Just about...
Why is that? I know, I'm just joking.
Oh, I don't know. Just because that was a mess. But I don't know that I wouldn't mind adopting some kids.
You'd still deal with the same entity.
True. Similar, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Because we're young.
Yeah, we are young.
We're young. We still got years left
but we
to raise kids.
We get to be aunts and uncles.
We do.
And we get to be around kids at camps.
Yes, we do. And there is a freedom to the kids being grown. I mean, if we want a weekend that we just go, we do. We don't have to plan extra for the kids, and we don't have to find a babysitter if we don't want to take them.
One of these days, way in the future, we'll probably have grandbabies.
Yeah, we'll want to go
we
see
can
them.
teach ornery things, give noisy toys and sugar, and send them
Send
home.
them home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They can bake cookies with Granny
Yeah.
Bake cookies with Granny and then eat cookies, then send them home when they're
and right
jumping
as we
off the
put them in the
walls.
car, we're gonna give them a whistle.
Oh gosh, I lost the chat, but yeah, I don't know. We can pick on our kids that we can.
And I hope that my daughter's kids strip off naked, pull the laces out of their shoes, and kick the back of her seat.
I never have figured out how that child did that. Still in her car seat, and we get all of her clothes off and her diaper, everything. She get it all off. And in record time. I mean, when she was like 2 or 3, we moved to Cushing, north of Cushing, and she could do it in. Love the freedom, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So she.
But we did love raising our
Right,
kids.
we enjoyed it.
And all the other kids we had.
Yeah,
Yes.
all the kids. Yeah. So if any of our extra kids, we
Yes.
love you too.
We were tickled.
We're blessed to have you all. I'm getting teenagers, so I need the extra hands.
yeah.
Oh, we had fun.
Sometimes you got to start with them younger so they're good when they're that age.
Oh, me.
we are around some amazing kids.
Mhm.
We get to be around some amazing kids.
So-
We've been working on stuff for Horsemanship Bible Camp
Mhm.
this week, and so any kids on here that are interested in that, Ollie or anybody that's in here, Horsemanship Bible Camp registration opened up this week.
Yep. So get registered because it'll
comes
fill
through
up.
the Facebook page, the Horsemanship Bible Camp Facebook page, and so yeah, we've kind of been working on new housing for that thing. Hope we get it done.
Yep. No, it's gonna be tight. The weekends are flying by, but yeah. So one grandson, and it's great to go visit. Awesome, yes, Barb. We don't have any grandbabies yet, and but
There's some littles involved in our
Mhm.
life that we get to teach honorary things and then
Yeah.
walk away.
so yeah.
Get to go into the house,
Get them riled up right
get 'em
before
all
bedtime.
riled up, and teach them to make silly noises or
And
teach
then
them
tell-
funny jokes, and then walk away.
Tell their guardians, "Love ya, bye." And they're like, "Thanks." Oh me.
Every kid needs an uncle and an aunt like that.
They do. They sure do. But yeah, we don't buy them the treats though and stuff. We
No,
do get them
don't.
if we find a book we like or something.
Yeah.
Something we do. But yeah, 4 grandchildren and 2 greats. That's awesome. Yeah, we're waiting patiently. Get your fix on kids at church. Yep.
That's a good
Yeah.
place too.
Yeah, there is.
Cindy talked to a little girl at our church last Sunday about camping,
Mm-hmm.
and what was she concerned about, eating the marshmallows, or what?
Driving her mama crazy.
Driving her mama crazy. That was her whole goal of
That
camping.
was it. Yep. And she's pretty little.
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, are you gonna eat some marshmallows? No. Are you gonna sleep in a tent? No. You gonna catch some fish? No." And I said, are you gonna drive your mama crazy? Yes, she said. Yes, big smile. Yes, drive crazy. Drive crazy. That's what she said. Drive crazy. And she's pretty small. Her. Oh man, she was cute. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, she was excited about going camping. And I don't know if they were going to camp. Yeah. I don't know if they were tent camping or if they have a camper, I don't know, but it was fun to talk to her
I
about
don't
it.
even know where they live. But
No.
in our area, there's really good places to camp in people's backyards.
Yeah. There's nice places just right here. We
Yeah,
could just go
yeah.
down by the creek and
Yeah.
a nice place.
Here in the Ozarks, there's no
Mhm.
shortage of good camping
No,
spots.
good spots. But yeah, so we are gearing up for gardens, getting super excited, realizing we do not have enough garden. And
Not really a good place to expand it right at the moment.
no, not until we get done with the siding and stuff
Mhm.
on the west side of the house. But yeah, I really would like to open up the door in the out of the parlor and put a nice, beautiful flower and herb garden
Mhm.
out that. They went fishing last week and
Finally
landed
got
some crappie.
Good
Yes.
deal. Good deal.
Yeah, anything to get them away from the devices. I agree. Let them be kids. Let them be kids. Let them play and learn. Not that they can't learn on a device, but just doubled your garden space. Awesome. I knew you guys were planning on expanding. Hi, Lori Carp, and you were really working hard on getting stuff ready. Hello, Julia.
Hello.
Crappie is pretty good, isn't it? It's our favorite too.
Well, it's not my favorite,
Oh,
but it's right there at the top.
I like crappie.
I would say that bluegill and red ears and pumpkin seeds are a little better than crappie. But I would say that for the most part, you'd fry them together and you'd never know the difference. But
Yeah.
I love panfish, whether it's
Yeah.
bluegill or red ear or whether it's crappie. They're all good. About as good as fish gets.
Walleye. She likes walleye.
we've caught some walleye and we've eaten them. They're good. They are very good. I would say I prefer crappie and bluegill and stuff over that. But yeah,
Yeah.
they're very good. I like blue cats. We like catfish.
Mm-hmm.
We'll eat bass if you
Mm-hmm.
clean it and cook it well. It's good, you know. And we like sand bass a lot. Sand bass are very good if they're cleaned good. To me, and I know some people don't agree with me, but walleye and sand bass are almost identical inside when you cut them up and cook them. The meat is almost identical.
Oh,
to
gotcha.
meat.
It chilled off again, so we have been having fires in the wood insert stove, and we've got some sourdough Italian herb bread. Know what I forgot to put in there?
What?
Parmesan cheese.
Oh no.
Oh well, it'll be all right. We got some Italian herb bread rising in the. I put my little toaster oven on warm, on a low temperature, and have it warming in there, and use it as a proofer. So yeah, you like them all.
Everybody likes 'em all.
Like them all. Yeah. I like a little bit of every now and then. If it's cleaned good, I like a little catfish. And so yeah.
You need to clean it, cut all the yellow and all the red meat out of it, and then you cut it in little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And that way when you bread it, and it gets good and crispy all the way around.
Yeah, that's good.
Done through and crispy edges all around it, where it's just little chunklets.
Mm-hmm.
Catfish nuggets. That's what it
Catfish
is.
nuggets.
Catfish nuggets, and we always season up our breading pretty heavily. And I've sometimes I even season the fish and then bread it, and that's good too.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the secrets to making fish really good is to cook it in.
Yeah, have to cook it crispy. Yeah.
Yep. I think that one of the secrets to really good fish is to use an animal fat to fry it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Either lard or tallow.
Butter doesn't get. I mean, butter is
Butter's
a lower
okay,
temperature.
but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like tallow or lard.
Yeah, you really need to fry fish at a hotter temperature.
Yeah, and oil is good. I mean, it's not bad, but we prefer lard or tallow. We kind of prefer that pretty much across the board to seed oils.
Yeah. When we were visiting Kansas last week to take our family pictures, Luke was rendering lard, some of the lard that we had left in our freezers down there. He was rendering it, which is really cool. That freezing rain and 3 inches of snow, followed by an inch of rain today, followed by rain. Oh wow, that's awesome. Moisture. I don't like the ice, but this time of year the moisture is great. In the summer, moisture will be better too. But, yeah. So cloud up here. The storms are building in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, western Oklahoma, eastern panhandle of Texas, and heading through Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, and through western Kansas now. They had a tornado warning for Garden City not too long ago, and supposed to keep heading this way. Shouldn't be bad storms by the time it gets here, but those continue to build storms either ahead or those storms to build. We're supposed to get some rain, and it's been clouding up and cooling down, so we'll see what we get. Really need some rain on the stuff we planted in the garden, so we can get it watered. I probably should have went out and watered this morning, but I didn't. Gary's been using a lot of our dishwater to water with. We're using that dishwater. Yep, moisture in any form. Yeah, I understand. Don't bread my fish, but I've recently been frying up a bit of broken up sausage along with the fish, which adds good flavor. Oh, wow.
Cool.
That does sound good. That sounds really good, Julia. But, yeah, we usually use a cornmeal and flour mixture to bread our fish with. And we do a dry breading and not a wet breading. So
Usually got half cornmeal and half flour. And it has black pepper and paprika and salt.
a little bit of cayenne pepper.
Yeah, and cayenne and garlic powder.
And
that's
nice
what,
and flavorful.
yeah, we season it up really heavy. And,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good. And sometimes I will put some kind of seasoning like that on the fish.
Mm-hmm.
We use
Old Bay a
Old
lot.
Bay a lot. We'll sprinkle Old Bay on the fish and then bread it.
Yes. Little cayenne with it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we.
They've opened the trout fishing area
Mhm.
that's not terribly far from us. We haven't gone down there
Not yet.
but it's been open.
Yep.
So yeah, we enjoy Old Bay. I put it on my deer meat a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting down. We're down to 2 baskets of pumpkins and
That one's only got one in it.
oh, that one's only got one. So we got 1 basket. We could consolidate easy. 1 basket left of pumpkins and squash.
That's one of them great big Georgia candy roasters.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one in it. Yeah.
So we're getting down to the nitty gritty on them, and we've been feeding them to the ones that are going soft. Been feeding to the chickens, and the chickens are absolutely loving them.
Mm-hmm. We've been cooking our own dog food
Yeah.
with it.
The dogs love them too.
We've been feeding it to chickens.
Mhm.
We've been eating it.
Yeah.
We eat it some either roasted with our roast
Mhm.
or cut up and fried, but the main way we've been eating it is pumpkin cornbread.
Yeah, and we make the cornbread. So we use those squash and pumpkins as for the pulp for the pumpkin, and then puree, and then we also Gary's been grinding our own corn that we grew for cornmeal,
Mm-hmm.
and so then we're using flour. We are having to store buy flour, and then of course the rye's been in it, the baking powder, a baking powder I think is what we use in it, and then the milk. We've been sourcing some local dairy and getting some raw dairy local, and been enjoying that. You're roasting pumpkin now. Awesome. So yeah, we'll be done with our pumpkins before we definitely before we harvest more pumpkins, and probably before we even plant them. But at least they got us through the winter.
Yeah.
With just Gary and I, we did send a few home with Jan and with Hannah. Our Hannah, we sent some home with her, and I don't remember if we sent any home with anybody else,
I don't remember.
but we've been enjoying the pumpkins.
Yes.
But yeah, and the North Georgia candy roasters.
Yeah, we actually have all kinds of winter squash over there that we call them pumpkins.
Yeah.
North Georgia candy roasters, Seminole pumpkins,
Mm-hmm.
something that was in our Seminole pumpkin seed that doesn't look like a Seminole pumpkin, and then the Sweet Fall, Nebraska, and
Yeah. So yeah, we've been enjoying them, and yeah, it's good. Been real good. I'm really struggling with sourdough because we don't eat a lot of bread, and so the starter has really been struggling.
hard keeping up with it. hasn't it?
Hard to keep it up, and I need to keep putting it back in the refrigerator. I think that would do better if I stored it. I did.
We've been making a loaf of bread about once a month or so.
Yeah, once a month or so, not
And
often.
then we try to make pizza about once a week.
Yeah, but we
it
haven't
doesn't
done
quite
that in a
get
while.
there,
Yeah. So yeah,
She made some crackers and stuff and biscuits, and those are good, but
Mhm.
we're not doing those real
Yeah.
regular. We make cornbread about once a month too.
Yeah,
and we're not using sourdough in it,
Mm-mm.
but you can. There is sourdough cornbread recipes,
hmm
and that where you use sourdough starter instead of like adding flour, you add sourdough starter to your cornmeal. We don't do that normally, but that
Right.
is a recipe that's out there. I've often thought, I wonder what it would be like to start feeding the starter with cornmeal instead of flour, and if you could make a sourdough cornmeal,
yeah, I don't know.
a cornmeal sourdough. I've wondered if you could. I don't know if you can.
I don't think it'd be the same.
I talked to a sourdough gal at one of the conferences we were at, and we were talking about that. She said, "I think I'm going to try that," but I've never heard whether she did or not.
Yeah. I know a lot of people start their sourdough starter with rye flour.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but it's interesting. It's fun to experiment. So we did when we were in Kansas. We dug some of our feral garlic.
Oh, excuse me.
Some of our feral garlic that was clumped together from the little bulblets falling off, and we typically harvested hardneck garlic. I say typically, we did harvest mainly hardneck garlic. That was a feral garlic from the old homesteads there in Kansas, and we eventually got enough moved over to our place in Kansas that, and there was some there when we moved there, that we didn't have to go and forage it much, because we had plenty growing everywhere, which the kids complain about, but Hannah doesn't, but Luke does sometimes, about all the garlic growing just willy-nilly everywhere. But anyway, we dug some of that and are going to experiment. We dug them and then separated the plants out and then planted them in the raised bed over there to see how they'll do and see if we can get a jump start on garlic that way, since I didn't get garlic planted last fall. We do have our Egyptian walking onions, seem to be getting better established. They're not quite enough to use yet, but there should be in the fall. Late summer, fall should be enough for us to use. We did separate some of them out and move them a little bit so that they will have a bigger patch. And then we planted lots of onion plants. We picked up the bunches of plants
Of just regular type onion.
of regular onions.
We planted a white type of white onion, a type of yellow onion, and a type of red onion.
Yep, purple. So so we've got those going, and we can start as soon as they get very much size on them. Start pulling them and thinning them as green onions. We typically plant a lot of them, and then we'll pull them and plant them close together, and we'll pull like every other one so that there's room for, as they grow. And then we've also got green onions and using onions. But yeah, that's some of our favorite ways to do things like that. I feel like the chat's been quiet. Roasting pumpkin now, just Julia on her last one.
Okay.
Julia.
Yeah, when I was growing up, it was quite often in the spring and early summer that we would have just a cup with water and thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we took that at our Kansas place last weekend, and Josie, the young lady that took our photos, she was able to flip it because we stood on the other side, so the C's actually were backwards. So she was able to flip it so that the C's were facing the same way. But yeah.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
9 Acre. Good to see y'all.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin
Yep, we're doing good. Doing good. Yeah, we're just enjoying right now. Been a nice lazy day. It's nice to not be quite so overwhelmed with everything. So
it's part of the reason that we talked earlier about doing online church, and there are some well-known, very highly publicized pastors that you can go watch their sermons or their church service, and that's nice. Part of the reason we like to watch local ones, people that we know, is because part of the point of church is personal connections with other believers. That's part of the reason that the Bible warns us to not forsake the gathering of ourselves together. And if you're doing that with believers in churches and pastors then you still get a little bit of that through the online stuff. I mean, I don't think it it's a complete substitute.
Northwest.
I don't think it's a complete substitute, but it's good for times.
Yeah, and that's part of the good thing about the online community as a whole is you get the fellowship. Sometimes you need somebody closer, like that's not that we can't be present for each other online, because we've seen it happen, but you also need that, and you need local community as well.
Part of the struggle with online is all you guys know is what we want you to know, and that's part of the struggle with online. There is something. Great relationships are built this way. Don't get me wrong. We've got friends on here that are chatting right now that are great close friends and do know things about us. But for the most part, when you guys are watching this, you're seeing what we want you to know. And when you're in a community with somebody that's seeing you physically and around you and seeing you in the community and stuff, then they see other things. They can get on a deeper level that way sometimes.
But we've built deep relationships online as well.
We have, because we've chosen to.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's harder to hide from folks that see you regularly.
Yeah.
That makes any sense. But yeah. Yeah, Dale, we've been praying for y'all while you've been sick. I hope y'all are feeling better. And yeah, I'm glad everybody else has been praying too. Yeah.
Good to see Andrew's in here.
Yes. Yeah, that's right, George.
Alive
Alive
and
and
close.
close.
Yeah.
Yep.
And live close.
Live close. Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
word always gets me. That it can be live and live.
Context.
It is. Yes, exactly. So,
Yep.
but yeah. -234, -24 degrees in northwest Alaska. Oh, Andrew. Awesome, Barb. I think you've told us that before. That's awesome. But not that that's bad. I'm glad you told us again. You're still struggling, but Nana's better. Oh.
Glad Nana's better.
Yes, glad Nana's better, and we'll be praying for you. Do you have plenty of? I'm guessing that it's like the crud, or something similar to the crud. Yeah.
If you need something, reach out.
Yes, please.
Just say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I don't have my Mullen tincture with me,
Nope.
but we got Mullen. You could smoke. Yeah. Got some Mullen.
We can tincture it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
If it's dehydrated, it tincture fast.
Yeah.
Fact, right now mullein is out.
Yes.
So if you needed to pick some green mullein and put it in some apple cider vinegar and put it in a bowl and pour boiling hot water on it and tent your head over it,
Yeah, it'd be a good.
That does a lot for
And this is the time to actually to harvest it while it's just the little rosettes. Is one of the best times to harvest for the leaves. If you're harvesting for the pollen or for the flowers, that's later. But yes, we will continue to lift y'all up in prayer and hope you get to feeling better. But sometimes and garlic, if y'all can handle as much fresh garlic as you can stand, that'll help you fight stuff too, and oregano. But yeah, y'all know this. I don't know why I'm telling you. Sorry, I go into mama mode. Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to be fishing time of year and foraging time of year. I did go fishing this last week.
Yep.
I don't know if Cindy knows that or not.
I know you did. You told me you did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool, Andrew. Super cool. Super cool. We've got a 2-week vacation coming up. We've been trying to plan where we want to go because it's going to be during our 30th wedding anniversary. Yes, there are lots of wild plants, Julia.
Yes.
Lots of wild plants.
We have enjoyed the foraging here is amazing.
There's a lot in Kansas.
There is.
There are a lot more than you would think.
And a lot of similar plants. We're not, as far as time zones and basic stuff, it's pretty similar. But microclimates are different here. And there are some things here that aren't there.
Right. And abundance. The abundance is more here than...
like there's sassafras here.
There is sassafras.
There's spice bush here. I don't remember ever seeing any autumn olives over there. Do you?
No, I don't remember seeing any. The sand plums over there though, and there's a different plum or cherry here.
Yeah. And there are pawpaws in both places. And
Pawpaws
there's
in
persimmons in both places. and there is
mullein in both places.
mullein in both places, and there's dandelions and stuff like that. Another thing that's here that we have not picked yet, but I'm going to make it a point to, is watercress.
There's chicory here and not chicory in Kansas.
There is chicory in Kansas.
Unless you grow it.
It's growing on the roadside, just like it does here.
Yeah. Well, that's right. There is chicory in Kansas. There is. Yeah, it's in this roadside mix. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, because remember we talked about digging some off of Gail and Lynette's place.
Yes.
Because they had added it in their mix. For what the roots do for the ground.
Hello, Xander. Just taking a break from carving walrus and mastodon ivory earrings. So far, 3 pairs done and 3 more to go. Awesome. Get some pawpaws. Woo. Jan needs some pawpaws. So where we went canoeing, the place that was 2 more miles.
We were, and there's pawpaws right there there's a few trees right there at the boat ramp. But so, they're all along that river.
Yeah, they're all along that river. That's where we find most of our pawpaws.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to tease Jan. When we go, it'll just only be 2 more miles. Promise. Oh, we
told her 2 more miles from the time we left the truck till I could see the boat ramp, and I told her 2 more miles.
Oh goodness, that was such a fun trip. I know it took longer than any of us expected and wanted, but we had such a good time. So we've got to go to them next, though.
Yeah, I am sure that I know that there's places along that lake that there'll be pawpaws.
Yeah. So we'll have to help you identify some trees and find them. Here in 2 or 3 weeks, they ought to be blooming, and they have a gorgeous, like burgundy red, kind of more of a burnt than burgundy red, like a deep blood red bloom, and they stink and smell because they are fly pollinated.
So they smell like dead meat, rotten meat.
Oh, cool! Yes, MT Homestead. Yep. Oh, hi, Lori Carp.
Hello.
I'd like to believe y'all, but I think I'm gonna have to call BS. Oh, good, Xander. 1 year anniversary. Cool. Yes, it feels like you're driving forever in Missouri before you reach arriving your destination. Yeah.
We were in canoes and kayaks. And we had spent way too much time fishing and not enough time moving.
Right. It took us, 2 or 3 hours to go 1 mile? And we had to go 4 or 5?
Yeah, it was about 5. I think it's about 5 miles. I'm not sure, but something like that.
Somebody told us it was only 3 miles from where we dropped out to where we would get out.
Somebody else told us it was 6 miles.
Yeah,
so
and I'm thinking it's closer to the 6.
Yeah, I think it's around 5 miles. But
reindeer soup for dinner. Oh, yum! Sounds good.
Very good. We're having deer steak for supper.
We had deer steak for breakfast. We're having for supper. 3 hours later, took us 6 hours. Yes. No. But yeah, we had a blast. But next time, we will just go to
the boat ramp. And just paddle
up that way and paddle up as far as we want to, and then we can float back.
Since we know that you guys are with us to be more about the fishing than the floating.
Yes. Yeah. Because
that boat ramp's at the end of one of the best eddies to fish in.
Yes. Yeah, reindeer soup sounds really good. Yeah. We had some deer stew. Oh, I guess we just had deer over. Is that deer or beef? I don't remember. We have deer and beef canned, and so we had it over mashed potatoes earlier in the week for supper.
And we had deer enchiladas.
Deer enchiladas we did, yeah.
We have been using some of our canned stuff to make enchiladas really quick and easy.
Yep.
We got some canned stew meat, deer meat out, and used it for the enchiladas, and had enchilada sauce that our daughter Hannah had made and canned while she was here.
Yep.
And it was made out of green tomatoes, enchilada sauce. And it makes the enchiladas pretty quick and easy to have all that stuff just ready to open and use. Add some cheese. and tortillas.
Yep.
And you can have enchiladas.
Yep. Super good. Super good. Give you a heartburn. Oh, so sorry.
I've noticed that store-bought red tomato things give me heartburn. More so than like our tomato stuff, and I don't know what's the difference.
That's awesome, Andrew. Andrew's cousin has a reindeer herd,
Oh, cool.
and they harvest out of it. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I will. I'm going to. Yeah, that is a blessing. I'm gonna guess that reindeer would be close to elk, tasting like elk. Wouldn't you think?
It's a venison, so it's going to be somewhere along that line.
Elk or deer.
Elk or moose or deer, something like
But
that.
I like elk better than deer. Elk tastes a little more like beef than deer, a little less gamey. And that may have been because of where it was at. I don't know.
Yeah, we've eaten a few deer here and there that were just almost hard to tell.
Caribou.
Yeah. Reindeer is caribou.
Right.
It's a caribou, and it's in the venison family. I don't know if that's the right term. I don't
Probably
know if
not.
family's the right term, but
Random guy just showed up and wanted to pick up some of our rocks. LOL. That's awesome. Oh, cool. Jan's going to be a guest on Garden State Gardener tonight. Awesome.
cool.
Cool. And Dale needed not only the rock guy, but he'll be going live right after us with his devotional at 9 Acre Family Farms. He has a devotional. And we've got plans to get started back with our John Bible study.
Yes.
And yep, thanks. Love you too, Jan. Plenty of rocks. Yeah, we totally understand. There's plenty of rocks down in the creek bed.
Said reindeer have smaller legs,
Oh, nice.
smaller than they're supposed to. Oh,
Silly. Sorry. But need some rocks, LOL. Hi, kids. Hello, Miss Sandy. Are you still in Arizona or have you gone to Wyoming yet? Probably still in Arizona because it's pretty cold in Wyoming. We saw where they got some snow this week, just a few days ago. Yeah, still in Arizona. Yeah, we've been talking that when we take our 2-week trip, we might swing through your neck of the woods.
We might go east too.
We might go east. I have not been much east.
I haven't either, not a lot.
St. Louis is as far as east as I've gone. Little Rock.
I've gone into
in the
Mississippi.
Yeah. St. Louis and for Missouri east. And Little Rock for Arkansas east. That's as far as I've been. And I was a child. Young teenager, early teens.
When I was
went
a
those
kid, we
places.
went to D.C. once.
Yes. You
But,
did? Wow.
Yeah, we
No.
went to D.C., but I remember some of that, but not all of
I've
it.
been as far south in Texas as the Gulf. And, I'm not, as much as I do enjoy Texas, and Texas is a beautiful state. I would like to go east. We've been into Arizona and Colorado and Wyoming, and Idaho and Utah. And
I haven't been to Arizona.
Maybe I didn't go to
We went
Arizona.
New Mexico.
We went to New Mexico and Colorado. Sorry, I added Arizona. I was thinking of Sandy. But, I don't know. There's places I'd really like to go, and it's kind of hard to decide.
I went to Idaho without you.
You guys crossed the creek into Idaho.
Becca and I were on
Well, it's the Snake River. Sorry, I called it the creek.
It wasn't much more than a creek. It was a river.
Maine is pretty, yes. Walrus meat, seal meat, fish, reindeer, caribou, moose, muskox. Mostly my diet. Last month we had polar bear meat. Couple of polar bears got close to the village. Oh wow,
That's cool.
that's cool. That's cool. And Alaska's on our list of places we'd like to
Yes, it is. It is.
And-
That might be where we go. Who
go.
knows?
And maybe we could
Who knows? We might
we
put
could
the
fly.
money together and go take an Alaska trip.
fly.
Yeah, we could. We could. I've always wanted to take a bus trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've always wanted to take a train.
Yeah.
And the Amtrak goes pretty cool. Hello, Miss Christy Betts. But yeah, so we're still trying to decide what our anniversary trip will be. we probably shouldn't be gone the whole 2 weeks of our vacation, but
Oh, he's in Newpick.
oh, how
Alright.
cool!
That's awesome.
Cool.
We
Cool.
really enjoy learning about native cultures.
We do.
Cindy and I both have some ancestry,
Very,
not
just
not
a
a
little.
lot, but back enough that we're interested in it.
And we grew up in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
with
around lots of native
natives.
ancestry or native people.
Native, yeah. And so, yeah.
Lots of native influence, I guess, was the word
Yes,
I meant to
yeah.
say.
So the school when we graduated from that I went to school in a lot had a huge native influence.
Largely native.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so in Oklahoma there'd be like if you have a special ed program, you also have an Indian program,
Mm-hmm.
and there was an Indian tutor, and when the Indian class would be going on a field trip, there wasn't hardly anybody left at the school.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we had lots of and so like and we took for granted that everybody learned what we learned, but we got quite a bit of history for Native American history. We got quite a bit of Oklahoma history, and even our American history was really good.
Oklahoma really focused a lot on history back then. I don't know if they
still do or
public
not.
schools still do, but they did when we were in school.
We got a whole lot better.
We were both interested in it, so we paid attention to it and remembered it more than
and
some
dove
kids
a little
did.
deeper probably.
Yeah, and read what was there and read stuff at the museums and and have kept learning since then.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you get to eat so much game.
Yes.
I think that they're. I mean, I could go into a whole rant about foodways and foods and kind of what they can do for us as far as our mindset and the way we think and the way we process things, because it brings something back. Tastes and smells bring back memories and remind us of things and teach us things. I cannot smell whether it's cheap liquor or whether it is hand sanitizer or whether it's rubbing alcohol. If it smells alcoholic, like rubbing alcohol to me, I still, every time, I am almost back there castrating hogs. It is the smell of castrating hogs to me, and the smell of my childhood castrating hogs. And even that cheap hand sanitizer that I keep in my truck, every time I squirt it on my hands, I think about cutting hogs.
Christy said she's part Cherokee, but her family did not go to Oklahoma. Okay. So Gary's Native American ancestry is Cherokee, and they did obviously go to Oklahoma.
Right. And I've been reading. So we're not far from one of the Trail of Tears paths.
Right. Yeah, and.
But I've been learning.
Rubidoux Creek Springs is where one of the campsites for one of the trips.
Missouri State University has some really, really, really good courses that you can get on YouTube and take their courses. And one of them is the history of the Ozarks. And I've been listening to it, and the one I listened to today was almost 2 hours of Native Americans in the Ozarks. And actually, the first place the United States government set aside as a Cherokee place to move the Cherokees to was actually more in Arkansas and Missouri than in Oklahoma, and then they eventually moved it more to Oklahoma.
Right, and there are a lot of Cherokee descendants of Cherokee and Cherokee people in the Ozarks because there were families that felt the pressure and they moved
here voluntarily.
They moved west on their own before the United States government forced them to go.
There was a Cherokee settlement in Arkansas in 1792. Yep. And the Shawnees that had moved there. That's before the War of 1812, which was actually a war pretty much fought by the Shawnees.
Right.
And so there was before 1800 there was Cherokees and Shawnees in the Ozarks.
Along with the Kansas. That's how you get
Arkansas.
Arkansas is the southern band of the Kansas tribe,
actually,
which is the Kansas people of the South Wind. But yeah.
Quapaws were called Arkansas.
Really? So they were part. They were part of the Kansa tribe.
They
Or
were
cousins of the Kansa.
really similar to the Osage, and the Osage and the Quapaw were the first ones here that we know of. And there were definitely people before them here too, but
Yeah.
yeah, and so the Kansa and the Osage and the Quapaw were all pretty similar, and the Osage and the Quapaws hunted here more than they lived here.
Oh, that's cool. Love history. I love hearing your history, Andrew. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yes. We are huge nerds, history nerds. And so much so that one of Gary's clients last week, I think it was, or week before, sent him home with a book on the Baptist churches of the area and the history of them. And it's got a lot about
The house we live
the people that built the house we live in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, because he and his brother Callaway and Seth II Manus, that Callaway and Seth II Manus were brothers, and they were extremely instrumental in planting churches here. And evidently, they had a couple other brothers that were pastors as well, and that planted churches in like Iowa and Illinois. So, yeah. Yes, isn't that cool? That's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, we.
Yes. I think that besides that being a connection to your ancestry, when you personally shed blood to provide for your sustenance, there's something real deep there. I think it's intended to be deep there. You guys have heard me talk. Everybody here's heard me talk about how when we shed blood, it's a reminder of the blood that was shed for us to give us eternal life. When we shed blood to give us temporal life, it's a reminder of Jesus' sacrifice. And so anytime you get to hunt or process an animal for your own, I think there's something really deep about that. And so, Andrew, I'm glad you get to participate in that, and those wild game animals.
Oh, cool! My great great grandmother married at Olmsted, who came south and dressed like a white woman. Her husband's cousin is the landscape architect who designed
Biltmore
State and Central Park. That's cool. That's
Awesome.
cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
super cool. My largest that we know of ethnic background of it would be German for me. Gary's is probably Scots Irish.
Ulster Scots.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there, Julia. It is. It's that sacrifice for that life given its life to provide us life to remind us of Him. Yeah, it's especially good this time of year when we will celebrate, even though it's probably it. Well, I guess it is. Passover is this. Yeah. So it is the time of
Easter is or Resurrection Sunday is pretty accurate on time.
Yeah.
Christmas is probably not, but
Passover
Resurrection Sunday is.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, guys, we better do our prayer requests. Dale and Lisa are getting ready for their live, so we probably ought to get our prayer requests going. Miss Patty the Tinker's wife. We need to be remembering her. She's still in a lot of pain.
Dale and Lisa.
Xander's
Family. Yep.
Yep, Xander and his family. Yes. That is so cool. That is so cool. Love to go visit.
I would love to go up to Alaska and see some of that culture.
Me too.
Some of that. Yeah.
That'd be so cool. So, any other prayer requests? I know there's more. On the Strickland in the Strickland family, Mike Strickland comes on here. His sister Tina is battling cancer. Oh man. Yeah.
What'd you say about?
She got too many roosters and she got a hen got beat up. But she's not. Yeah. So.
All right.
Tina and
I need to pray for the Strickland family and for Xander's family.
Xander's
And
family.
pray
Dale and
for
Lisa.
Dale and Lisa, and for
Patty the tinker's wife, and
We had somebody we were praying for a car. Did they get their car?
Christy
Did they get a
Bett.
car?
So I
Did
met
she
Christy
get a
Bett.
car fixed or running? We understand and feel that right now. We're kind of dealing with car issues.
But we're gonna be. Ooh, yeah. Only had hens in the city, so it's a new problem for you. Gotcha. All right, so guess we better get praying because Dale's gonna be live pretty quick. Father God, I just want to lift all these prayer requests up to you, Lord. Lord, you know each and every person that even if they haven't spoken their request or if we've forgotten a request, Lord, you have not. And you are holy and you are perfect in that you remember in everything and you remember those requests. Lord, I specifically want to lift up to you Miss Patty at the Tinker's Wife, that you would touch her and heal her and give the doctors wisdom to help her with this pain in her knee. And Lord, I lift up Dale and Lisa. Lord, I thank you that Lisa's feeling better, but Lord, I ask that you would continue to heal her, that you would touch her and Dale, you would heal him, and you would just bring them back to 100%, Lord. Lord, I ask that you be with Tina and with the whole Strickland family and their extended family, Lord, that you would bless them. Lord, I thank you and praise you for everything that Mike and Judy and their family mean to us, Lord. Lord, I thank you and praise you for them, and I ask that you would heal Tina. I know you're with her, and I know she relies on you. Lord, I ask for healing for her. Lord, I want to lift up the vehicle situations that folks are having. Lord, I know that those needs will be met as in a time and in your time frame. Lord, help us to be patient with those. And Lord, again, I lift up any of those requests that we've either forgotten or that we have not been mentioned. Lord, I lift up Xander's family and all the illness and all the cancer. Lord, I just ask that you be with each of those and you touch them and you can continue to draw that family closer to you. Lord, I ask that you would heal their spiritual hurts, how they've been hurt and damaged by others, Lord. Help them to remember that you are loving and kind. Lord, I thank you and I praise you.
Father, you are holy and you're mighty, and we're glad we can lift these requests up to you. There's so many and so many not even mentioned, and we want to make sure that we're lifting those up to you. Even though we don't know them, you do. Lord, we love you and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Well, guys, thanks for coming in this week. Keep our daughter and unborn grandchild in prayer. Goes for tests on Tuesday. Okay. Yeah, definitely, Christy. Definitely. So, guys, lift each other up in prayer this week. We are not the only praying channel. And please feel free to email us or comment on one of our videos. Our email is pathwayshomestead@gmail.com. Email us prayer requests, comment on our videos, or we'd love to lift you up in prayer.
Good, and Christy. I'm glad you've got your car back.
Even though everything couldn't be fixed, but yeah, I'm glad you got your car back.
Going down the road.
Yes, that's a good thing. So, thank you, Julia. We enjoyed the fellowship as well. But anyway, Dale and Lisa are next. So we're going to get going because they should be going live right now. So remember, God made you special.
He loves you very much.
Have a blessed week, y'all. We love you.
See ya.